Welcome back to the big show. So we all know sometimes making dinner feels like a competition between making something healthy or making something that's super easy that, you know, everybody's gonna love. But this next recipe, you don't have to choose.
No, sports performance dietitian Rachel Stark is here with the Minnesota Pork Board. I love this. She's gonna show us how she makes her teriyaki pork bowls. She does a kiwi salsa and a lime crema.
Oh,
get it,
fancy,
girl?
fancy.
This is fun.
It is so fun, and I love it because it has everything that you need for a dinner in this recipe.
Yeah, this is good. Plus, I always love a dietitian perspective because then you know, it does like motivate you to eat it more when you're going, hey, this is what it does for your body. This is so good for you.
All of these things collectively are good for me, right?
Yeah, and that's why I love being a sports dietitian, because I get to help individuals understand how to feel their body. And there's a lot of fear behind food, and there shouldn't be. So here we have, we've got some good grains.
Okay.
We've got our rice.
Yep.
We've got our ground pork for our protein. Pork is a complete source of high quality protein, so you're getting all the amino acids that your body needs, so that way we can focus on building muscle, recovering, and just taking care of our body with it.
Well, we were talking in the break too. I love to use ground pork. I always have it in the freezer, and I find that it accepts flavorings really well. So if you want to do something that's like a little bit more Asian, like it's mild in its flavoring, so when you're putting different seasonings on, it's just fun. It's good.
It's so easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and honestly, all this is seasoned with is salt and pepper.
Oh, really?
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, it's so simple.
Wow.
Yeah, so versatile. So you have the rice, you've got the ground pork, and you have, what do you have in the other pan?
And then we've got some color. So we've got some onions, a little green pepper, and then over here, a little bit more color. We're gonna top it with some kiwi salsa.
I know, what's up? Okay, I know that kiwi's kind of having a moment right now. So why did you choose kiwi for this particular dish?
Honestly, it just tastes wonderful. Great source of fiber, if you're, especially when you're including the skin, and a high source of vitamin C as well.
So, okay, the kiwi goes, these are the ingredients in the salsa?
Exactly.
All right.
Yep. So we've got our onion, our tomato, and then our kiwi.
Kiwi. Oh my gosh. And all right, that's fantastic. And then what's the lime crema?
It is just sour cream. You could also use Greek yogurt, plain Greek yogurt. Just not that you're adding a lot, but it could add a little bit extra protein in there as well. And then there's just lime and a little bit of garlic in there.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Good
and a little bit of healthy fat in there as well, because you know the pork is very, very lean. Obviously the rice doesn't have anything. The veggies don't really have much. Maybe the little oil that you cook it in.
Exactly.
But it is nice to have a little bit of fat in this meal as well.
Fat is so important, especially when it comes to digesting vitamins. It is essential.
Okay, so how do we build it? Are we gonna build it in here?
We are.
All right, I like to see how you're gonna build it.
We're gonna start with our rice first.
Just easy white rice.
Yep. All I did here was use jasmine rice. So I'm gonna do about 3/4 cup.
A rice bowl. What do you want to do? You want to eat a rice bowl every day?
I pretty much do every day.
Too.
Yeah, there's pretty much an egg in our rice thing. Actually, today I'm gonna suck up to you a little bit. We have a pork shoulder in the slow cooker as we speak right now for some little street tacos that we're making.
What'd you do for the seasoning? Did you do anything special?
You know, I just did cumin and a couple just salt and pepper, and then a little bit of cayenne.
Okay.
And then I seared it. Then we put 2 bottles of Corona in there.
Hey!
And then we just took a big orange, sliced it in half, squeezed it, and left the oranges in there.
That sounds great.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Good idea.
I don't know. It works for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Do you like cooking the vegetables separate from the pork?
Yeah, so first I'll cook the vegetables and then add the pork. And then we'll just combine it.
Okay.
And so that way it can get a little bit of the teriyaki sauce in there as well.
That's good. Okay, so there's teriyaki sauce in.
Yep, already in the pork.
All right. I love how thinly you sliced the peppers and the onions too. I feel like especially for kids.
Exactly.
Because I get it. I mean, if you're a kid, when you're a kid and you take a giant bite of a pepper, that's sort of overwhelming to a person.
Yeah, and if you can incorporate just easy ways of incorporating veggies for kids, this is as simple as it goes.
Yeah, I shredded them in veggies in my meatballs.
Yeah.
Smart.
Great.
Yeah.
Very smart.
Okay.
Okay, then we're just going to top our rice, a hefty amount of...
Go heavy on the pork, lady.
Yep.
I mean, we like
Yeah,
it.
just do it up.
This is very good.
As simple as that.
And then here's the...
Perfect.
Salsa first?
Oh, that, yep,
We'll
salsa first, then the crema.
Yep.
I'm very intrigued by this salsa because I think a lot of us are familiar with maybe like a pineapple salsa or maybe a salsa that incorporates strawberries, but I'm pumped to try this kiwi one.
Yeah. We'll just do a couple tablespoons there.
They're nice and tart, which is very, very good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me ask you a question as you put the crema on. So this would be a balancing, speaking of athletes, a lot of people have like young athletes, maybe older athletes at home. Good for a pre-workout, like before a big game, like even recovery afterwards. Like when would you suggest this for an athlete?
Great question. So ideally would be a post-workout for an athlete.
Okay.
So before they compete, we want to make sure that they're getting in some good carbohydrates. So honestly, they could just have rice. Might not always be realistic.
Right.
But then when we add in the protein, we add in the veggies, that is a beautiful post-workout.
Okay.
Because we're getting good antioxidants with the color, and then we're getting our protein for recovery, and then the carbohydrates also play a role in the recovery.
Okay, so while we're along those same veins, I know a lot of women who like get up and work out right away. Do you like a fasted workout, or do you think eating a little bit of carbs is good before you're working out?
Good question. So I always recommend getting in some carbohydrates. We want to make sure that our body has energy. So something as simple as like the kiwi or banana, getting in some
So
fruit.
it doesn't have to be a lot, doesn't have to be heavy,
Yeah.
but just a little something to kind of kickstart you a little bit in the morning.
Exactly, exactly.
All right, what are you going to do? You going to do a spoon or a fork? You have both options.
You know, my wife would say use a fork,
I'm gonna do
but I go with the spoon.
I like a
so
spoon. I feel like I can get
you
a
get
more well-balanced
all the little
bite.
bits.
Look what we got.
You know, the thing is, I need to incorporate that a little bit more often because I usually do like more of a
Oh
fasted morning workout, and I do catch myself like being a little depleted. You know,
Exactly.
being a little lightheaded sometimes.
Exactly. Yep, that can lead to decreased concentration, being lightheaded,
my
even
gosh.
seeing stars.
Yeah, that's not good. And
my
this
gosh.
is good though. This is very good.
That little salsa,
I know.
that's what makes it.
Oh man, but then a little creamy with the crema and
Yeah.
the tart from the lime. This is, I mean, simple, so simple and delicious.
Yeah. I mean, I think that is fantastic because
Oh,
it's
all
like
that.
it's hearty and light sort of at the same time.
At the same time. Great job.
Yeah.
It's nice to see you.
too.
Good
Thank you
job.
for
Great
asking our
advice as well.
off-the-cuff questions. Where I was like, oh, hey, while you're here.
Did you know Minnesota is the leader in pork production with over 3,000 pig farmers? That's incredible. Check out Minnesota MN Pork Board's website for more and where you can learn about nutrition facts, recipes, and other information about Minnesota pork production.
We posted that link to the website and Rachel's recipe. It's all on TwinCitiesLive.com.